Hello everyone. Today we will see a sum on Walter's model of dividend decision. It is the sum. Following information is available for a company. Cost of equity is 10%. Earnings per share is rupees 20. Assumed rate of returns are 15%, 10% and 8%. Show the effect of dividend policy on the market price of the share applying Walter's model when dividend is 0%, 40%, 80% and 100%. We will see the solution which starts with the calculation of value of a share using Walter's model. Walter has given this formula to find out the value of a share where P is equal to D plus R divided by KE into E minus D divided by KE. Here in the sum given cost of equity as 10% which is represented by KE, earnings per share which is given rupees 20 which is represented by E, and different rates of returns are given as 10%, 15%, 10% and 8% which are considered as R. Based upon the given rate of returns and the given cost of equity, we can categorize the forms in three ways like growth form, normal form and declining form. We will see now. When R is considered as 15%, here the 15% is more than 10%, that is cost of equity, then we can consider this situation as growth form. Then if we consider R as 10%, then R will be equal to KE because cost of equity is also 10%. In this case, the forms are considered as normal forms. If required rate of return is 8%, then KE is greater than the required rate of return, that is R is less than the cost of equity. Therefore, the firms are considered as declining firms. To show the effect of dividend policy or the dividends declared by the companies upon the market price, here we have categorized the firms on the basis of rate of return and cost of capital or cost of equity into three ways: growth firms, normal firms and declining firms. So growth firms are those firms where R is greater than K. Normal firms are those firms where R equal to K. Declining firms are those firms where R is less than K. So we have categorized the firms into three categories: growth firms, normal firms and declining firms. Now we will see the first case, that is A. When dividends are 0%. So when dividend payout is 0%, we will see the impact of this 0% of dividend upon the market price in case of these three firms on the basis of Walter's model. And the formula given by the Walter to find out the market price of a share is P is equal to D plus R divided by KE into E minus D whole divided by KE. D represents dividend payout, R represents rate of return, KE represents cost of equity, E represents earnings per share and D represents dividends per share. So here dividend payout is 0%, means there will not be any dividend. So dividend per share will become 0. Now market price will be D means 0 plus R here is 15%. So this can be written as 0.15. KE is 10%, which can be written as 0.10 into E represents earnings per share. So which is given 20 rupees. So rupees 20 minus D here is 0 whole divided by KE here is again 10%, which is 0.01, which will become rupees 300. Now we will see in case of normal forms. Normal form is such a form where R equal to K. R here is 10% and K here is 10%. Now if we apply value of a share according to Walter's model, then dividend is 0, D plus R divided by K. R here is 0.5, 0.10, K here is also 0.10 into E minus D. E here is 20 minus D here is 0, whole divided by KE. KE here is 0.1. Then we will get rupees 200 in case of normal form if 0% dividends are declared. Then in case of declining forms, declining form where R is less than K. So R here is 8% and K here is 10%. Dividends are 0. R is 0.08, 8%, and K is 0.10, 10% into E minus D. E here is 20%, dividend is 0, whole divided by 0.10. Then we will get rupees 160 as the value of the share. Now we will see B bit where dividend payout is 40%. Now dividend per share will become rupees 8. So 20 rupees is earnings per share. Upon that 40% has been declared as dividend. So dividend per share will become 8 rupees now. Now we will see what is going to be the value of a share in case of growth forms. P is equal to dividend here is 8 plus R divided by K, that is 0.10, into E minus D. E is 20 minus D here is dividend per share 8, whole divided by KE here is 0.1. We will get 260. We'll see in case of normal forms. P is equal to D, that is 8 plus R divided by K, that is 0.10 divided by 0.10, into E minus D, that is 20 minus 8 is dividend, divided by KE, that is 0.10. Then we will get 200. Then in case of declining forms, P is equal to dividend plus R here is 0.08 divided by K here is 0.10 into E is 20% minus D is 8 rupees divided by 0.10 K. Then we will get, the answer is going to be 176 rupees. Now we will see bit C when dividend payout is 80%. Is 80%. Now dividend per share is going to be rupees 16. Value of a firm will be 16 plus 0.05, 0.15 divided by 0.10 into E minus D, that is 20 minus 16 divided by 0.10. If you solve this, we will get 220. Then in case of normal forms, when dividend per share is rupees 16, P is equal to 16 plus 0.10 divided by 0.10 into 20 minus 16 whole divided by 0.10. Then we will get rupees 200. Then in case of declining form, P is equal to 16 when dividend is rupees 16, 16 plus 0.08 divided by 0.10 into 20 minus 16 divided by 0.10, then we will get 192. We will see D bit when dividend payout is 100%. So dividend payout is 100%. Now the dividend per share will be rupees 20 only, because we will be paying all earnings per share as dividend per share. So P is equal to 20 plus 0.15 divided by 0.10 into 20 minus 20 divided by 0.10, we will get 200. Then in case of normal forms, when dividend per share is rupees 20, then 20 plus 0.10 divided by 0.10 into 20 minus 20 divided by 0.10, then the value of the share is going to be 20. Then in case of declining forms, P is equal to 20 plus 0.08 divided by 0.10 into 0.20 into 20 minus 20 divided by 0.10, we will get 200. So in case of 100% dividend payout, irrespective of the level of the growth, the value of the share is going to be the same. In case of 0% payout, then the value in case of 0% payout, the value of the share, in case value of the share will be increased in case of growth forms, and it will be 160 rupees in case of declining forms. Then if the dividend payout is rupees 40, when they have increased the payout ratio in case of the growth forms, then the price has come to 120 rupees. When dividend payout is rupees 80, then further the price has come to 220 rupees. So which means that for growth forms, it is always better to go for 0% payout. Then in case of normal forms, whether it is 0% or 40% or 80%, the value of the share is same 200 rupees. So it is irrelevant with the dividend decisions. Then in case of declining firms, if the dividend payout ratio is 0%, then the value of the share has become 160. If the dividend payout ratio is 40%, then the value of the share has been raised to rupees 176. If the dividend payout ratio is 80%, then the value of the share has further increased to rupees 192. If the value of the share, if the dividend per share is increased to rupees 20, where the payout is 100%, then the value of the share has been increased to rupees 200. So this is the effect of dividend payout upon the market price of the share applying Walters model.